Hi guys, my name is Niall Sexton. I'm a 24-year-old Irish singer-songwriter, and right now I'm making a mini documentary about my time in LA. So hopefully by watching this you'll get to know me a bit more. So just sit back, relax and enjoy. So I'm officially leaving London right now. I'm on the train to Gatwick. I'm traveling with my life in 3 bags. Buzzy.
Once again, welcome aboard Delta Flight 2928, and thank you for flying Delta.
So my music career kind of begun 2 years ago when I was on the UK X Factor, and ever since then I've been living in London. But yeah, so the story of how I got to LA is pretty crazy. About 2 months ago, this celebrity vocal coach called Stevie Mackey messaged me on Instagram, invited me over at the end of summer. So I just flew out to work with him. He works with some of the biggest A-list celebrities. For example, Selena Gomez, J-Lo, Adam Levine from Maroon 5, JoJo. So yeah, this guy's got great contacts, he knows what he's doing, and he's actually dubbed the best vocal coach in the world. So luckily I have a brother who's a videographer. He lives in Toronto with my other 2 brothers. They've been living there for about 2 years. He wanted to join the trip. Luckily our professions definitely go hand in hand. So yeah, the next step was we needed somewhere to stay, and this is where the story gets even crazier. So, like I mentioned, Stevie Mackey knows a lot of the A-list musicians and artists, one being Zed, which is like one of my dream collabs. So we were on this Airbnb website a few weeks back, and we were just this close about to booking a random Airbnb. So then my housemate Rosie actually found this nicer B&B, so we ended up booking that. So long story short, the guy who hosts this Airbnb, he turns out to be Zed's VJ, which is a visual director. So when he's on tour and everything you see in the background, that's basically his job. So it's so crazy that Stevie knows Zed, and then our Airbnb host just happens to be like close friends with him and works with him. Unfortunately, Zed wasn't really available at the time that I came for us to meet or have a writing session, but hopefully that will come as I come down to LA more regularly. I mean, we have the context now, which is the main ingredient. So fingers crossed, and Zed, if you're watching this, look out for me.
Oh fuck, fuck. So apparently the young fella, Niall, is here. Just gonna go down and meet him at the front of the apartment here. We're staying at the Airbnb, it's really nice. Here he is! What's it? Up, we're gonna wait.
How's it going?
Woo, good to see you.
So we're just having a few drinks with Gabe, and then all of a sudden Killian gets this text from Stevie and tells us to come out to his home studio like right now. We were like, fuck, we hadn't even unpacked our suitcase yet. So yeah, it was all very intense start to the trip for sure. Then we just jumped in an Uber, went to Stevie's and ended up just kind of jamming on the piano. He had a few friends over, and just kind of like an introduction to me as an artist. He just wanted to kind of get the feel of my voice. And yeah, so it was a great first night.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Irish Connection.
Sweet.
I, Ambassador Stevie of California, officially welcome you here, and hopefully one day this will be your home.
To the French Connection.
Irish Connection.
Yeah! Right there.
Yeah.
Weak. Come on.
Yeah.
Go a little sharp. Go sharper. Yeah! Go over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. That rings like you hit it. If you just hit the note, then people don't perceive it as you're hitting it. You have to go, give it a pitch center and go over it.
Why?
Because human ears.
So having taken everything in from the night before, we decided to do a few tourist things the next day. We went to Santa Monica Pier, had some good food, walked along the beach, got some sick pictures for my social media. So this is mainly a music business trip, but obviously when you're in LA for the first time, you definitely want to see around you. So guys, we're on our way to Venice Beach Boardwalk. Yeah, it's a good day today. I think it's like 29 degrees. So on day 3 we ended up going to a party which mainly consisted of a lot of music industry experts and people who work in similar lines as Gabe, VJs. And it's funny, actually, I bumped into someone who actually worked with Nicole Scherzinger, and I explained that I was in X Factor and all that jazz. So I'm heading to the roof. It's 8:30 AM. I don't know, I just have this random notion that I'll go to the gym, so yeah, let's go. Think I'm zipper? No chance.
Okay guys, I'm finished the gym. It went amazing. Oh my god, I dropped my bottle of water. Just go out there. Gonna go with my girlfriends to KFC to get a double chicken burger with extra fries, but a Diet Coke, because I just did work out, you know, after all.
Niggas on the corner, I forget you niggas. My triple big niggas.
So we had a good time at the party. We definitely made some good contacts that we plan on meeting later in the week. Then we ended up at Stevie's house in a jacuzzi. I mean, like, not too shabby. I could think of worse ways to spend my Wednesday. Today we met up with Lyle, a music producer who writes music for TV and films. We ended up writing a song and recording it. Cute.
When I'm with you, there's no missing hours. The moment you come, I feel less without you. So baby, take my time, stay another hour. Baby, take my time, stay another hour. We got time, stay another hour, yeah, 'cause I'm better for you, 'cause I'm better for you, 'cause I'm better for you, 'cause I'm better for you.
So we're doing the hike up the hill to see how close we can get to the Hollywood sign. As you can see, it's right over there. So at the party I was talking about earlier, I also met a guy called Brian Morton. He's worked with several people in the industry. He's a producer slash sound engineer. We ended up having a writing session and we recorded a new original song, which was cool. This guy's got great contacts. He's worked for American Idol, Interscope, and has worked with Jimmy Iovine. He's a huge name in the music industry. He also worked with a guy called John Lindale. He's a new up-and-coming artist. You should definitely check him out. His voice is sick. And he's also been on a track with Logic recently, and I think that's being released pretty soon. So yeah, just get as many connections as possible, and we came out with a pretty cool song.
Who's to blame? 'Cause you, me, we're just the same. No, I can't roll the dice, 'cause 'cause you're my sacrifice and yeah.
In hindsight, I was actually quite apprehensive about how this trip would go, what the purpose of it was. We had kind of limited information through our chats on social media and Instagram. Now having met Stevie in person, we now know what he's like. We know he's a very genuine, loving guy would help anyone. We then had a really long chat, literally for like an hour. He was just like filling us with like such useful information, and yeah, he's like a fucking, what's that character called in Star Wars? Young Jedi or something. Basically, this guy is a fucking genius. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He's been in this industry for years and years, and I was just gobsmacked at like the stuff he would come out with. Like, it would just really resonate with me, and that's never happened before. I've never felt so motivated and passionate about what I'm doing, and have him by my side, and for me to be able to call him a friend now is amazing. He's definitely, it's almost like he's a life mentor more than, like, just as much as a music mentor, so it's great having both. So I love you, Stevie. Thanks for everything.
I can squash you with my little finger.
Hi, Niall. This is Mickey here, and I wanted to know if you want to come to my house at Disneyland. I'll have Pluto and Minnie.
So we're now coming towards the end of our trip, which is kind of sad, but I've got to look at the whole experience in the most positive light as possible. I've gained so much information from so many different people in the industry, from singer-songwriters, from vocal producers, to VJs, you know, the whole lot. It's not just coming from one kind of spectrum. So yeah, I've just been trying to treat this whole experience as a learning curve in my career and kind of soak everything up like a sponge. So we actually wrapped up our experience with Stevie last night. I got to perform a stripped down version of Labyrinth's Jealous in front of him and about a crowd of 20-30 people in his living room. It was pretty crazy. Had a really good feedback, but that video is on YouTube, so you can check that out yourself actually. Yeah, but this experience has just been unbelievable. What?
Our Uber's here, seriously, we need to go.
Shit guys, yeah, running a bit late for the airport. Uber's coming now. What, it's coming now?
Yeah, come on.
Cool, right. Shit. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned, because something big is coming.